So by now, you've probably all heard the audio because it's on Facebook, it's being shared over WhatsApp, it's on TikTok. I don't know if it's being discussed on radio as yet, but I'm sure that it soon will be because it is just everywhere. And while many of you are talking about what was said in the audio, I think that many of us are asking you wrong question. Because the question that every citizen of this country should be asking is this: how did what is alleged to be an intercepted private telephone conversation end up in the public domain? Think about that. Because this isn't just about who those two individuals are alleged to be. This is about whether the powers of the state are being exercised lawfully and whether those powers are being abused. Because if private communications can somehow find their way into the public domain, then every single citizen should be concerned. The Strategic Services Agency has the legal authority to intercept communications in certain circumstances. But what many people don't know is that in October 2025, this government quietly transferred responsibility for the SSA's intelligence and operations, together with the Anti-Corruption Investigations Bureau, to the Office of the Attorney General. So that means the Attorney General cannot simply remain silent while the country is asking these questions. And according to the Facebook post by Sunshine today, it wasn't described as investigative journalism. It was described as an exclusive leak. A leak. So let's ask the obvious questions. If those recordings are authentic, then who had them? How were they obtained? How did they leave wherever they were being kept? Who leaked them? And of course, who authorized their release? And here's the thing, if they're not authentic, then the country deserves to hear that too. Because right now, too many people are asking whether the powers of the state are being used for political purposes rather than the public's interest. Whether that perception is true or false, the government now has a duty to answer it. Because at best, this exposes serious weaknesses in the systems that are supposed to protect highly sensitive information. And at worst, it raises the very frightening possibility that state institutions are being used to settle political scores. And neither of those should be acceptable in any democracy. And that is why the Commissioner of Police has to immediately indicate whether a criminal investigation has started. The Attorney General, because of the changes made in October 2025, has to answer the questions now before the country. And the Minister of Homeland Security needs to tell the public what safeguards exist to prevent sensitive information and intelligence being leaked. And the Prime Minister, as head of government and head of the National Security Council, has to stop hiding behind social media posts and surrogates and come before the country. It's now been 3 months without a post-cabinet media briefing. The Prime Minister herself has not attended one for more than a year. Well, now's the time to speak and now's the time to answer questions. Without spin, no distractions, no political slogans. Just answer the country's questions and address the concerns of the citizens. Because today, it might be an audio involving two people you don't know. Tomorrow, it could be a journalist, or an attorney, or a business person, or an opposition politician, or it could be you. The people of Trinidad and Tobago deserve to know whether their private communications are being protected by law or if they are vulnerable to politics. And until those questions are answered, this matter simply cannot be brushed aside or ignored. The country is waiting for answers. I'll talk to you soon.